Hello, chat room. It's me. Welcome back to the world's first Heavensward reread stream following the end of the main story, or the main story, not the post main story, but that's gonna come later, because I've got a lot of shit to do, and I also have to still, of course, figure out the order in which we're going to be doing everything, because I forgot to do that. Gonna throw out a couple of house cleaning items real quick before we get started with what we're doing today, which, by the way, is dungeons. We're going to be doing dungeons today. Looking ahead at my schedule and just trying to figure out when stuff is going to be happening for the LEGO PG stuff. It seems like it might not happen this week. I was hoping maybe to do it this Wednesday, but I have some other plans, and I can't really do it. Well, I mean, there's a chance I could maybe do it Saturday, but it's going to be a little tough. So hopefully next week, maybe, is when that will become available. There's just a lot of specific circumstances that need to be aligned correctly in order to do it, and also I need to not be busy at a specific time. Yeah, that's what's going on there. So just wanted to throw that out there ahead of time, let people know. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the 14. Oh, I need to turn my guest star box off because I don't have any guest stars today. We might have Otaku hop on a little later just to help us with some pirate dialogue, if they are willing. But we'll get to that when we get to that. To begin with, welcome back to Rouge's room. I know it's been a while since we've been here, but well, you know, it's not exactly particularly well maintained, so there's not really any point in being in here. Let's just get out of here. Her room, yes, spelled with the R-H-U-U-M. So, it's dark as pitch. Well, yeah, she covered all the windows and there's no light because she likes the dark. So, we have a number of quests to do. I'm not 100% sure what order we want to do them in. I'm gonna say we're gonna start with, so the locations that we are getting the quests from are as follows. Foundation. There's 2 to grab in Foundation. There are 1, 2, 3 to grab in Idleshire. There's 1 to grab in the Sea of Clouds. There's 1 to grab in Limsa, and there's 1 to grab in Gridania. As you know what, Otaku, what you suggested, go by region, let's do that. We'll start with Gridania because we're here already. We'll just teleport to Gridania real quick and grab the first dungeon over by the Conjurer's Guild. Also, Otaku, I know you were asking where some of these dungeon quests are. Well, don't worry, I have scouted most of them out ahead of time, so I know where most of them are. Yes, because you might recall. So we're going back to Amdapur, if that's not, or I don't know why I was going to say if that's not obvious. We haven't talked about it yet. But let's see what Isumi has to say about all this. One more night in Amdapur. Brother Isumi Yan requires your assistance in a matter he thought long since put to rest. Full glad am I of your presence, Ruja. The Twelveswood has need of your potent arts once more. Following your deeds in the lost city of Amadapur, we had thought the darkness lifted, its haunted walls freed from nightmare. Thus did we enter the ruins, the elementals on our side, intent upon returning that decaying edifice to the forest, only for our immortal companions to withdraw without warning. From their agitated whisperings, we later gleaned that an entity of daunting power yet lingers within the bowels of the city. Until this being is put down, the elementals appear loath to return. I pray you, visit Raya Osena where she waits at Camp Tranquil, and answer her plea for assistance. Raya Osena awaits your arrival at Camp Tranquil. The Seedseer has every confidence that you will deliver us from this new threat, as do I. Alright. Camp Tranquil. Hey, Dalen. Bye, Dalen. You might recall, the city of Amdapur quests were where we fought. Amdapur was one of the cities that his duds, pretty good, pretty nice. They were the three. So the three cities that were primarily involved in the Mage Wars were the Mahak, Amdapur, and Nim. Nim is where we got scholars, Mahak is primarily where we got black mages, and Amdapur is where we got white mages. In A Realm Reborn, the two Amdapur dungeons we did, Lost City and Amdapur Keep, were where we fought Diabolos and Ferdinand, specifically, two Void-Sent creations, or creatures. Ah! Master Atoa's successor is come. To no other I would entrust this task. Once again, that is different if you have not finished White Mage quests. Lest you wonder, I do not doubt your success in expunging the darkness which took root in the ruins before. The heart of that evil was excised without question. But it would seem that some other power lay dormant beneath the stones all the while, its presence invisible to our senses. Plainly, however, that power is now very much awake. Elemental's panic attests to that. Quieting them will be no small task. While my fellows and I endeavor to persuade the elementals to rejoin us, I would have you venture into the city once more. Find the source of this new disturbance, and do what must be done. The wood whaler Afine yet stands guard at the gate. I dare say he has not forgotten you. Ask, and he will let you pass. You remember Afine, do you not? I'm sure he remembers you. Speak with him, and when you are ready to brave the ruins, and he will gladly let you pass. Alright. So we're going to start with just doing these dungeons normal style. But if we're taking too long and we need to hurry up and get through the rest of them before the end of stream, I might ask Otaku to switch to their other character and unsync us through it. When I heard about this new trouble in the Lost City, I thought you might be back. Not one to leave a job half-finished, eh? Watch your step in there. Aught fit to frighten an elemental is not to be taken lightly, be you favored of the Seedseers or not. Alright, Lost City hard unlocked. Alright, dungeons. Lost City of Amdapur hard. Following the defeat of Diabolos, the unnatural pall choking the crumbling city of Amdapur was lifted, the tranquility restored to the Twelveswood. Or so it had seemed. When the hearers entered the ruins, however, they had scarce begun consigning the stones to the forest when their elemental allies fled in a sudden panic. By the spirit's agitated whispers did the Seedseers learn that a daunting and hostile presence yet lingered within Amdapur's moldering walls. Swap to dark. Let's just try queuing in real quick, just to see if... okay, cool. It said 30 minutes for a second there, and then we got an insta-pop, so I think we should be okay, maybe? Come on, DPS. Yay. Also, really big announcement today, folks. Today is my brother's birthday. So I want everybody in chat to tell my brother a happy birthday, and if you don't, I'll blow this building up right now. Which actually really, realistically, only really has me and Aurier in it. So if you don't want anything to happen to them, and me, better do it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, in we go. Let's see how much of this dungeon I actually remember. One thing I did do this morning to wish him, part of my thing that I did to wish him a happy birthday was to record a video of Aurie and try to get her to make some noises. Sadly, I only got a kind of a yawn out of her. But, so, that's gonna have to do. Oh, these are some really unfortunate eggs. I'm just gonna sucker that guy. I don't really care enough to actually try and hit him, or to really heal him. I've gotten 2 crit Adlos in a row on this tank. That's pretty crazy. Something's going on. Oh! Got some gremlins. Not a whole lot is going to be going on in these dungeons aside, or at least in some of these dungeons, because some of these dungeons are going to have actual, like, dialogue and stuff to do with them. But this one, very specifically, does not. So, it's basically just going to be me talking. Is this one of the dungeons where you need a Suna? Maybe. I don't fucking remember. This, Amdapor is one of those dungeons that I really do not particularly love returning to. Dungeon's being run by 2 streamers, like right now? Are they both in our party? I mean, I know I might be one of, I think I might be one of them, but, the other person? Oh, yeah, somebody in chat just said their Twitch name. Okay, sure. Well, it's hidden behind my funny rabbit head, so no need to look at that. Slay the stinky intruders! Ah, the smell! Remember, you can use /comfort to remove the debuff that the gremlins put on people. So you don't need a Suna for that. Well, I mean, you can't actually use a Suna on that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't particularly care for the Amdapor dungeons because I have bad memories of specifically Diabolos. I remember being stuck in that fucking fight for a trillion years because nobody knew how the doors worked. And I think I remember the boss at the end of this one. There might be yet one more Amdapor boss fight or Amdapor dungeon that I don't remember. Anything's possible, really. I believe I remember how this works. 1, 2. Yes. Aha! I do remember. He's targeting me. Yup. Now I gotta run away from this fucking stink cloud. Made it. Suppose I should probably heal the tank a little bit. Alright, now we look away. The tank does not appear to be learning their lesson, however. Oh goody, I get to run away from the cloud again. Ooh, that is an unfortunate placement of that. Oh, that guy ran into it. Oops. Those were some pretty sick dodges, though, I gotta be honest. Hey, it's not me this time. Yay. Let's see. You know, you'd think that, right? But in my experience, what I've found is the hit detection on like orbs that follow you in this game is not always particularly very good, and therefore, you know, I can't always get away with stuff like that. But I could that time. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and do this to teach them. There we go. Only time they're good is Shadowbringer 24-mans. It's funny that you say that because I think it's equally bad Shadowbringer 24-mans. I think it's particularly on display much more there, specifically. Just as a result of the fact that, like, I've gotten hit by some bullshit orbs in those. I don't have rescue again, so I'll just say... and hope that they listen. I wish rescue had a shorter cooldown. So I could make the fucking tank do things. They're working as intended there? Oh, okay, I see how it is. I should really just be greeting on all these, honestly. I don't have a lot of inventory space left, but I'm gonna need a lot of seals, probably. Swap to blue, if only. I swear to God, someday I am going to actually do the Blue Mage videos that I promised back in ARR, but one of the things that's stopping me is I just need to level the damn class, and that is just going to be such a time investment that, I don't know. Maybe I'll have like an unofficial 14 stream that's just like me and like another person like leveling the job. Okay, yeah, the tank is just kind of fucking ignoring us. I mean, it's fast and easy if you have somebody helping you with it. But, like, sometimes when you get to the higher levels, it starts taking a little bit longer. Damn it, they're tanking it right there. You know what? I got rescue again. Fuck it. What do I care? Come here. Yay! It just barely got in before they ran back out of it. Yeah, I know. That's what I... That's what I do to level, or that's what I did to level it. The problem is, again, that I need somebody to be there to do that. Like, I have all of the stuff that I need to do in order to do it. But... This motherfucker better not be fucking typing at me. I just need the high-level friend. Amdapor is sacred. It will not be despoiled. It's a big arrow sphere. Ancient Holy. An arcane sphere. Kill. Step in that to make sure the magic does not expand. Ancient Libra. Ouch. So some of us have wind resistance down, some of us have holy resistance down. I don't have stone resistance down, so I'll just take that. The DPS have stone resistance down, rather. Oh. So if we've got some adds, let's see if the tank is smart enough to pick them up. They are, but only in the sense that the boss that they were hitting left. Always a good sign. Elemental resistances, what a novel concept. Oh yeah. Yeah. Holy, who cares? Okay, I have earth resistance down now. Say those, so there's arrow, so I can take that one. But I shouldn't take this. Oh wait. This cannot be. My purpose is failed. Now we have a stone of transference. A lot of casting stuff, yeah. Makes sense considering where we are. You know, thematically. Oh, everything appears to be either moving around or crumbling. Ouch. We are currently still in the phase of dungeons in this game where healing is not too, like, difficult, I find. But eventually, I'm kind of dreading the point at which that changes. Which I think I can honestly say that I know almost exactly when healing becomes slightly more scary. See, the tank is not standing on top of the ranged enemy. Always a good sign. I do remember this boss. This is the last Amnivore dungeon, I recall. Because I remember this particular enemy being, or the enemy we are going to see, rather, being the last one. Especially because I remember it was it's just such a neat concept. Does the tank know how look-away attacks work? Unclear. Didn't look like they did, but I don't know. There it is. A Bayonetta enemy. cue Fly Me to the Moon, I would, but I'm worried that that might get copyright claimed. All right. What are we doing, tank? Okay, sure. Oh, that wasn't even them doing that. That was Dalen, of course. Thank you so much, by the way, for letting me cast my shield thing and then just like waiting for it to fall off. I guess like, what are we doing? Okay. What's happening? Hurry, better hurry. The Emmy's coming. I am the steward of life in Amdapor. By the order of the Magi, all who trespass shall perish. I like that they specifically have a buff that says immune to stun effects. Oh. Oh god, we're gonna have to rely on the tank pulling them out of there. Even stone is blighted by the rasping of the wind. By the mercy of the Magi, my wounds be cured. We did it, we got her. Just kidding. Life passes unto death. By the grace of the Magi, I shall raise again. And reverse. The effects of white magics have been reversed from beneficial to corrupted. So we want to get out of that. Please get out of there. Hereforth, even rock is diminished by the gnawing of the waves. By the bounty of the Magi, by my form be restored. I just like the concept of this boss of just like taking healing spells and turning them into damaging things, as like treating us as if we're undead, basically. I just think it's neat. I should be using Indomitable, honestly. And it appears no longer. Okay, now we gotta kill this guy. High Putto. It's a fucking Star Wars ass name. Okay, we've dealt with that. Heavensward dungeons, I find, really love this. We need 4 people to stand in this circle-ass mechanic. At least for this boss specifically, it's fine because the boss goes to the point where, like, oh god, that's a low Putto. The boss, like, goes to the point where you need to stand in the circle, so it forces people to go to it. Oh my fucking god. Get out of the goddamn bleed puddle. Jesus. I said GG, but it wasn't really GG. It was fine. It was an FG. Fine game. Did they... Okay. That, you know, that's true, actually. If they didn't take damage, then I wouldn't be able to heal them to gain ult charge, like in Marvel Rivals. Got one player comm there. I suspect it's not the tank. Excuse me? I missed a spot? What do you mean? Is there something, like, writing in there that I missed? Hello? Anyone? Okay, there we go. Thank you. Guardian statue says, a closer inspection suggests that the scarlet-hued gems upon its hands and breast were responsible for breathing life into the stone. Okay, thank you. Oh, and you got the other comm. Awesome. Cool. Anyway. Okay. You are returned from your expedition into the Lost City. That is well. We, for our part, have at last succeeded in easing the elements' disquiet. But tell us, Ruja, what was the nature of the hostile presence that so unsettled them? Big statue. Extraordinary. I was all but certain that some seed of the darkness had survived. I could not have been more wrong. I certainly did not expect ensorcelled statues. Creations of the Amdapori Magi, I believe. Or I imagine. It would appear so. They likely began to stir when that fiend was awoken by the weakening seal. Yet that does not explain why the elementals would have cause to fear these ancient sentinels. It seems safe to assume that the Amdapori built them to repel the armies of Mahak. Were I to hazard a guess, I would say that the passing of the years had dulled the statue's senses, and that they mistook our friends for ethereal beings of a different order, void scent of the kind employed by the Mahaki Magi. The elementals' arrival would have seemed like an invasion. That would explain much, yes. Void scent monstrosities and undying guardians of stone. The War of the Magi must have been a conflict of truly terrifying proportions. It is well that these ancient relics have been at last laid to rest. With the city's defenses thus disabled, we may safely return to our task of cleansing the ruins. You have our deepest gratitude, Ruja. Cool. Oh, I'm glad that we were able to find Ishtola. If truth be told, it is a miracle that she survived after being adrift in the Lifestream and for so long. And thanks to you and Ashiva, the taint threatens the Twelveswood no more, and Arun has taken a step towards self-betterment. Well, as his elder, I cannot allow myself to be outdone. You may hold me to those words, Ruja. So there's a nice little check-in there. Alright, I think we are going to be off to Limsa now. Because we got 2 quests over there, believe it or not. Crazy as that might sound. Alright, upper docks. The aft castle. Reminder that Raya O is 21. Yep, all of them's are young looking. Okay, so what do we want to do first? Do we want to do Pharaoh-Cirrus hard, or do we want to do Hullbreaker hard first? I really like Hullbreaker, so I don't know if we want to you know, save that one for the second of the two. But I think we might as well just run over and grab Pharaoh-Cirrus. Pharaoh's Heart is right over here. It's up by Maelstrom Command. Things are getting Cirrus. Track Rate has some worrying news concerning Pharaoh-Cirrus. Ruja, perfect timing as always. We're in need of your talents to deal with some trouble brewing on the Isles of Umbra. Seems a pack of kobolds made a grab for Pharaoh-Cirrus. The smiths working on the restoration barely made it out alive. Maelstrom Command's drawn up plans to take back the tower, with Master Mimidoa advising on how things stand on the ground. They asked him for his opinion. He kept going on and on about some adventurer from long past that helped him drive off a siren from the same spot. Now, no disrespect to the old fella, but he don't have the firmest grasp on what happened when, so we couldn't help wondering if maybe his hero of yore was none other than your fine self, you being a siren slayer and all. So what do you say? Willing to lend us an hand relighting the beacon? Sure. Ah, I knew I could count on ye. One of our storm flyers is making the final preparations at the airship landing now. Tell him track rate sent you and she'll give you the particulars. Sounds good. Let's go do that now, and then we'll come back and grab Hullbreaker. Hello. Ruja, we are honored to have you with us. The situation is developing even as we speak, but I will do my best to explain what we know. According to Master Mimidoa, he and his fellow smiths barely escaped with their lives when the kobolds began scattering bombs around the lighthouse's foundations. He believes the beastmen intend to blow Ferrocirus to pieces, thus disrupting our most vital supply route to and from western Lenosha. Needless to say, they cannot be permitted to succeed. We must act swiftly before wrecks begin to pile up around Aleport. That is where you come in. The kobolds have sealed off the ground entrance, so we propose to take you to the top of the tower by airship. Once there, you will proceed inside and see to the bombs, along with any kobolds you encounter. The Maelstrom will then bring up the rear and secure the area. Before we proceed, I must stress the need for caution. Master Mimidoa suspects that if the kobolds are bent upon destroying Ferrocirus, they will have more than a handful of flaming void scent at their disposal. One inopportune explosion could set the restoration back by moons, if not years. You know as well as I do how volatile bombs can be. If we are to save the beacon, we had best leave soon. This is actually a good example of one of my favorite parts about Heavensward Extra Dungeons, which is, as she mentions, we are going to be starting this dungeon from the top instead of the bottom, which is how we started originally in A Realm Reborn. So we are literally going through it backwards. And I just like that. Ferrocirus, the pride of Limsa, is yet again in peril. The fine men and women of Naldik and Vermelis were restoring the interior when they were taken by surprise by a pack of kobolds and their explosive arsenal. Barely escaping with their lives, the smiths sounded the alarm on the worrying plethora of bombs scattered throughout the lighthouse. Maelstrom Command enlists your aid, but proceed with caution. With one misplaced explosion, Ferrocirus could be blown to smithereens. Yippee! Alright, in we go. Alright, let's begin. Yeah. Otaku, Dalen's portrait kind of looks like a picture that you'd see in like the CEO's office, or like a picture you'd see of like past CEOs or presidents of like a university or something. It's just got that kind of vibe to it. Oh yeah, this is the last couple of guys. Okay. As you can see, the corrupted crystals are still not cleared out, but that's not really all that surprising, to be honest. This stuff is fucked up. Wow. That's crazy how perfect that was. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? good, I hope. I had kind of a packed weekend. Primarily due to the fact that I picked up an extra shift at my other job on Saturday, so I had extra stuff to do. In case it's not super clear, the way that this boss works is that whenever you get this ethereal mimicry prey thing, is you want to put it on one of the little shithead enemies around the outside of the room. So that way they turn into just little loser guys, and you can kill them very easily. That guy's got a poison. Let's get that off, buddy. Otherwise, you know, not a whole lot else really needs to go on in this fight. Although this guy is tethering. Should probably kill him. There we go. Not too bad. We also get a Realm Reborn boss music there. Fun. Ethereal mimicry. Yeah, it is. Oh, Construct 8. And some time bombs. Gotta say, we kind of made our way through this area in record time, honestly. Because you remember, it took the entire dungeon to get to the top before. Now we start at the top and we immediately hit the bottom. Doing a big ass pull, so I gotta be ready for that. He's still in range, yes. Wonderful. Just gonna keep hitting that though. Maybe someday I'll go to the crit. This is the kind of pulling that you can't fucking do in dungeons anymore. They don't let you do this anymore because of woke. God, I don't need that. I should really be using Whispering Dawn more. Like I said, again, I'm just not used to fucking the way that healing works, you know? The biggest thing to me, I think, that I've never particularly been super in tune with when it comes to healing is, like, healing cooldowns. You know? Because with DPS, it's like, that's generally pretty easy. It's like, when you're about to do all of your biggest, most fucked uppiest shit, you pop your DPS cooldowns, and you're good to go. But with healing cooldowns, it's, you know, it's a little bit more, obtuse, I might say. Alright, for these, what we have to do is we have to take these corrupted gels and kill them on top of the vents. Oh, that's not good. He just killed the corrupted gel. Oh yeah, then we gotta kill these. Okay, thank God that worked. But I know, like in like harder content, of course, you use them because in situations where, like, you know, like it's a heal check. You know, like the party's progression is only possible if enough healing is done. That's done. Cool, got him. Nice and easy. I'm kind of shocked that guy didn't say anything. Ooh, Plague Doctor's mask. And I can actually wear it! Holy shit! I'm actually I want that real bad. Yes! That's going in my Halloween collection. I need to look up when All Saints Wake is happening so I can be ready for that, too. The other thing I need to do is, now that we're actually past, you know, Heavensward main story stuff, I actually finally need to edit my, my fucking Beast Tribe videos. Because I still haven't done that yet. And a lot of that footage is, like, months old now. Well, all of that footage is months old, because I recorded that, like, I mean, like, way back before we even started any of the class quests, you know? Like, we were still progressing, like, actually progressing main story at that point. 17th for All Saints? Okay, awesome, thank you. I'll have to see what exactly we're going to be doing at that point. Is depending upon, yeah, we gotta kill those incubators. Quick, like. Oh god, he's taking damage. I should probably stop that from happening. Yeah, it is a shame. I mean, to me, I still think the craziest thing about Scholar is that energy drain doesn't restore mana. Like, I just genuinely don't understand why that isn't a thing that it does. Like, what the fuck else is it? It's just like a cooldown that you get. It's like a 100 potency thing you can get 3 times. Compared to the other stuff that you spend your Aether Flow charges on, it's crazy that sometimes the best thing to do is just like, yeah, just get like 100 potency and, you know, whatever. I do really enjoy Sage. Sage is pretty fun. Ugh, the Undulator. I meant to get a fucking thingy off there, but I didn't. I meant to sucker everybody off there, but I didn't. Oh, he's casting sap. Progenitrix is the name of a character, that would be in, like, Asterisks and Obelisk. We gotta kill the Grey Bomb. That is our main objective. Bomb mad! Oh, I think he's gonna explode. We should kill him quick. Yeah, I think one of the like the problems with Scholar, I think, is that I don't think it was ever truly going to live up to 100% of what people wanted from it. Which is like healer that heals almost completely by doing damage, but Did anybody else ever read the Asterisks and Obelisk books? Good times. No! You fool, why would you do that? Okay, well. Don't hit the remedy bombs, you just knock them away. You have to knock them away from the gray bomb. You have to control them, you know? You have to control remedy, or be left in their destructive Alan wake. Is that anything? Something something FPC Firebreak. I don't know what that game is still. I keep confusing it for that game Firewatch that came out years ago. That has nothing to do with it, but it just has the word fire in its name. Bye-bye, Kobold. Think Left 4 Dead in the Control universe? Wait, it's a... Oh, that's actually a Remedy game? Oh. Didn't know that. Kind of a cool looking coat. Don't want it though. Cool. All right. That's another one knocked out. Hello, Stormflyer. Rouja, you've returned. You had us worried for a moment there. We heard an awful rumbling coming from deep underground and feared the worst. My men have concluded a preliminary sweep of the lighthouse and dismantled the remains of the bomb incubators. It would seem that the beastmen have abandoned the tunnels directly beneath the tower. We have sent scouts in to pursue them, but the passageways stretch further than expected. Pardon the interruption. While we was securing the interior, we found this old seafarer's knife lying on the floor, and one of the lads noticed it's got the sigil of Diamanda of the Naldecan Vimelis carved into the handle. I see. Well, if anyone can tell us who the knife belongs to, I suppose it would be the smith who crafted it. Yet, I cannot seek her out until the tunnels have been secured. I have another favor to ask, Rouja. Would you mind delivering this knife to Lieutenant Trechet in Aelport on my behalf? He is due to meet with the artisans of Naldecan Vimelis shortly. Sure thing. They recently warned investors about bad performance kind of flop. I think in situations like that, you should always just lie to investors, because they're like 5-year-olds. They don't have any object permanence, you know? And only bad things can come of telling them the truth. I expect he will be waiting at the docks. Do not concern yourself about the tunnels. We will find out where they lead, however far they go. On behalf of the Maelstrom, I thank you for your aid in reclaiming the lighthouse. Fortune go with you, till sea swallows all. Oh wait, let me talk to you one more time. Hang on, there we go. Lieutenant Trechet will soon be meeting with the Smiths. Pray make for Aelport at once. And David. Nothing else to say about the Kobold invasion, I guess. You there, take me to Aelport, please. Ruja, I just heard the good news. By Limelane's blessed light, you did it. You saved FFXIV. I also got this blunt whittle, a rusted knife similar to those most commonly carried by sailors to cut rope. The tool is featureless, save for the name Diamanda, crudely carved into the hilt. Real remember heads will remember. Oh, what's this? I found it. I see. Well, I'll be sure to ask her about it. Ah, speak of the devil. Oh, great, Mimidoa's here. I was really hoping he wasn't going to be involved in this. Oi, what's the name? Redcoat. How long do I have to rot in the tavern before your boys send them shite-eating kobold bastards packing? Much more of this and me hammer and arm will be as soft as me lily-white arse. A terrifying prospect and no mistake. Luckily, it ain't one we need to worry about, though, because we got because we've taken FFXIV back. And after the walloping our mate here gave him, them kobolds will know to keep their grubby paws to themselves in the future, meaning you can get back to restoring the place in peace. That might be everything out of Mimidoa, thank fucking Christ. I don't want to do him. I don't want to see him. Ms. Diamanda, while the lads were searching the lighthouse, they found some that might interest you. Oh, never mind, he's still here. Does this here seafarer's whittle look familiar? All too familiar, though it didn't look so worn down when last I saw it. I made this for Simon before he set sail 3 years ago. It was my first piece as a full-fledged smith. Simon, as in Captain Simon from Maelstrom Command. The same. I never meant for it to be a farewell present, but knowing he used it often and kept it with him to the last, well, it means a lot. Master Mimidoa, she's talking to him too. He's definitely going to say something now. I think it's a sign. Why else would my first piece be returned to me but to show me how far I've come? Just seeing it makes me want to restore the lighthouse to its former glory even more, to make it into a place to honor the lost rather than a place to grieve for them. Aye, lass, that's the way. There's things all of us would sooner forget, but remembering them's what makes us stronger. Wouldn't you agree, Nishit? Now, speaking of remembering, you remind me of something. Something about the eyes. Oh, aye, you're a splitting image of a lass once helped me drive back an army of the undead. Right tougher she was. Like you, only taller. That's really impressive considering how tall I am. Never did find out what happened to her, but looking at you, guessing she settled down and squeezed out a few youngins. Don't say it like that. Brings a tear to my eye seeing you carried on the family tradition. Much obliged to you, lass. Much obliged. Somebody please kill this guy. I can't thank you enough for saving the lighthouse. If it hadn't been for you, all of our hard work would have been for naught. But I, for one, mean to make the most of this reprieve. I swear to you on my brother's memory, once we've finished with FFXIV, it will serve as more than just a guiding light to safe waters. It will lead the souls of those lost at sea back to familiar shores. Some folks see FFXIV as a cursed reminder of the calamity, while others see it as a monument to Limsa's golden age. But I'll bet it means more to them pair than everyone else in Lenosha put together. And someday they'll show the world how it looks to them, like a beacon of hope. Now, I realize I still ain't thanked you properly for giving us a hand with all this. Hardly needs saying, I suppose, but the Maelstrom couldn't have done it without you. You can leave the rest to us, though. See that the Smiths don't get disturbed again. Until next time, then, Ruja. In case you had forgotten, which is very likely that you had because it's been a while since we did it, Diamanda was the person who originally asked us to help clear out FFXIV because her brother, Simon, died in the calamity, or he was essentially killed by the siren that we fought at the end of FFXIV's original. And Simon himself or a corrupted version of him, was also the first boss. So FFXIV is undergoing additional repairs to fix the damage caused by the kobold's bombs, but it's nothing Naldeacon Vimelis can't handle. On my word as a smith, I will do all that I can to make the lighthouse into a place of honor. think Mimidoa hangs out... I can't remember where he is. I think he's over in fucking Dry Dock. Or Norby. Just check around real quick to make sure. We'll check in with him, and then I need to go piss. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Anything to say? No, that's not new. Okay, I will be right back. I need to piss, and then we're gonna go back to Limsa. You know, I'll tell you what, folks. I have my complaints about this apartment, specifically about just the amount of space there isn't. I would very much like to have a little bit more room to spread out me and my roommate's stuff a little bit more, just so we're not so clumped together. Half the reason why I stream specifically on the days that I do, and sometimes there are days that I don't stream, is specifically because he's here and I just don't want to bother him, or because he also is doing something, and because our computers are right next to each other, if he's doing something and he's in a call with people, then if he's talking, then it'll show up, then, you know, you'll hear it on my mic, and you might hear, or he might hear me on his mic. So, but, all that said, one thing that I will say that is nice about this apartment is I have had much less trouble getting the toilet unclogged after I clog it with my Titanic shits than I have in previous apartments that I've lived in. Storming the hull! Denston looks surprised to see you. Well, look who's back in Limsa Laminsa. Me and the chief was just talking about you at the wench, you know. Come to think of it, wait here. I'll go and get him. It's his resting day, but he wanted to speak to you. Something about Hullbreaker. Okay. Hey, Whiskate. What's up, man? Sorry, Einzar. Whiskate is a different person. Glad to see you back, Ruja. Every time I hear your name, I'm reminded of how you helped me salvage that coffer from Hullbreaker Isle. You did me a great favor, lass. Though the rumors of Mistbeard's treasure soon died down, I couldn't abide the thought of having the Har picked apart by vultures. So I petitioned the Admiral to sanction the establishment of a camp on the island for the purpose of hosting training exercises. I reasoned that the place was remote enough to give our recruits a proper taste of combat. But truth be told, with all the administrative duties asked of them these days, I'm more worried about our finest going soft. Sparring with your comrades might keep the rust from your blade, but it won't stop it going dull. That being the case, I thought I might ask for your help in a little sharpening. Exercise. Remind them what it feels like to be in a real fight. Aye, the chief was hoping you might run the Maelstrom's training gauntlet and give our elites a good going over. Nothing too rough, like, just a few missing teeth and the odd cracked rib, savvy? Assuming you're willing, come find me at the Morrowby Dry Docks when you're ready, and I'll arrange passage to Hullbreaker for you and your mates. Boat ferries men to Hullbreaker casts off from Morrowby dry docks. Meet me there and I'll get you squared away. Sure. Nope, not Wolves Den. Morrowby. Dry dicks. I'm guessing you might have this one unlocked already, Otaku. Ever since we took control of that rock, it's been my job to keep an eye on the skies over the Ciudades. When the misty mane of the Doxy's pole sweeps in, there ain't no point weighing anchor as you can't see an elm in front of your face. Long story short, I have to sit here and watch the weather, but I'll be listening out for word of how you get on. Thanks for agreeing to do this, by the way. Having a fabled hero like yourself go through the same regiment as the infantrymen will do wonders for morale. Any road, weather seems to be behaving just now, so let me know when your crew's ready to be ferried over. We'll get everything in place in the meantime. Give them Storm Elites a bloody nose from me, eh? Hullbreaker hard. My hull is hard. She hull on my breaker till I'm hard. Tain't what you call a definitive pattern, but I've noticed the mist tends to thin after the gales of great storm sweep over from the Rotano. 'Tis as if the navigator's clearing the way for us, eh? That's a subtle hint on how to catch specific fish, probably. Hullbreaker Isle hard. To the chagrin of countless treasure hunters, the golden coffer of the legendary Mistbeard was not to be found on Hullbreaker Isle. And so, like the mists which had withdrawn to reveal the isle, did those ambitious souls depart to seek fame and fortune elsewhere, allowing Einzar Slafirsin to quietly petition Admiral Merlwyb for permission to repurpose it as a training ground for Maelstrom recruits. The Storm Marshal would have you be the first to brave this gauntlet, that you might pit yourself against the isle's fearsome fauna and the Maelstrom's elite, and in so doing rouse their spirits. Will you give the Storm officers a beating they will not soon forget? Or will they stand triumphant at the last and shout that they have bested the Warrior of Light? Let's find out. God, I love this dungeon so much. This one is really reminiscent of Halatali Hard, I find. In that it's a dungeon that has, like, actually been successfully repurposed. Welcome, Ruja. Let's get them maiming muscles warmed up, shall we? Anything to say if I go over to you, buddy? No. See the storm people cheering us on in the background. They never know what hit them. Not that I'm surprised. If only a handful of raptors had given you trouble, the gods only know what they would have done to the rest of us. Some battle birds. Oops. I canceled my plans. I love the idea that they use dodos as like combat animals. Dealing with the unexpectability of fiery brutes like these sharpens the reflexes, so we'll get them nice and angry for you. Pick up the pace, soldier. These ain't even the small fry. I'm trying. Nothing gets the blood pumping like scrapping with a pack of ravenous beasties. Now we have the training rule. Tap into those primeval instincts. Eye of the curl. Speaking of which, let's loose the curl. Always nice to see a tank that understands how moving enemies out of things that they shouldn't be standing in. It's always a nice change of pace. That's one of the benefits of training on this island. No shortage of creatures ready to rip you to shreds. Now you're all nice and limbered up, we'll let you loose on some more civilized targets. Oh, is that who I think it is? Is that one Captain Roanswen? It sure is! Expecting wet-nosed maelstrom pups, were you? Then you're in for a treat. The sirens are here to give you a proper drilling. We'll do our best not to gut you, darling, but once we taste blood, old habits die hard. Now, normally I would have something to say about the sanguine sirens giving me a drilling, but Twitch frowns upon that generally. Did nobody ever tell you the elves have no fury like a siren scorned? Your gizzard won't be fit for the chum bucket when we're through with you. Help! Help me! Help! Thanks. Sound the bell of the Lady Infernal. Make ready the cannons. Cross spread. Fire! Blast them front and center. Yeah. This is a fun fight. Pretty simple, but you know, that ain't bad. Like that, is it? Pah! All guns, bombard the bilge, swile, and scrags. A beam, fire! Who's a beam? Oh. They're casting Dead or Alive. Sorry, but you'll have to make do with Ninja Gaiden. Crossbred, fire! Now that ventures after me own heart. That lust for blood, ooh, it sets me skin a tingle. Promise me you won't lose to that perfumed sack of shite up ahead. Probably not. Sasquatches? Good old Art of War. Good old dungeoning. I was gonna say it's been a while since we did this, but we quite literally did this in the last 14 stream. It was just one. We just did one of them. Whee! Ooh. There's an interesting twist on the old Dark Souls classic. It's not a fog door, it's a slug door. Slime door. An ooey gooey door. Tested the sirens already. Why Rosewind would scarce have had time to swear herself hoarse. No matter, I am come to test the worst of the Kraken's newest acquisition. I trust you will oblige me. Break our lightning chains. You will be shocked to hear that she prefers her prey roasted. Sophisticated for a savage beast, wouldn't you say? Seem to be keeping up with her quite well, thus far at least. Did I ever mention that Ymir has hidden talents? Flash freeze. Whee! Oh wait, I know what I have to do here. Oops. I forgot about that part. I'm gonna get that off of you. That off of you. I'm just gonna go over here real quick. That off of you. That off of you. Oof, yikes. A lot. It would seem I wasted my coin. Very well, victory is yours. Be on your way. This has been very informative. Until next time. Alright, and now we get to actually fight Maelstrom people. Because before we was just fighting dickheads. Well, I weren't expecting that. Still made for interesting viewing, I must say. From now on, though, you'll be up against the Maelstrom's best. We got high tide and low tide. It's time, brother. Don't hold back now. We'll be the talk of the Maelstrom if we can leave a scratch on her. But I suppose it's too late to back out now. I say we move in tandem and try to overwhelm them. I love this part. Forgive me, brother. I couldn't keep up. Somehow I'm still alive. Brother, pull yourself together. Barracuda Elite. Knights of the Barracuda, to your positions! No doubt you've heard of our skill at arms adventurer, and now you shall witness it firsthand. Well, one of them's hidden. He's walking towards Dalen. And he gave you a flesh wound. Feel me blade sting! Stop taking turn-based damage over time. Just cut it out. Don't do it anymore. We've grown too complacent. Won't let you get away. 7 hells to think if I spoke of our skill at arms. Storm Commander Ricky! Yay! I've long awaited this chance, Ruja. I trust you will show me no favors. Meet me as you would an equal. That's why this dungeon is so cool. It's because you get to actually fight like some old allies. Because that's in the end that's what video games are all about. Is seeing how cool your allies are and going, man, I wish I could fight you. In that way, we are all a shonen protagonist. Bye, Ricky. I yield. By the Navigator, that was inspirational. But just wait. Now, it would be cool if we could fight Merlowib here, but this is just as good, if you ask me. Yeah. I, Einzar Slafisfin, will be your final opponent. Couldn't help myself last. Those last few matches stirred something in me. Till sea swallows all! Oh, he's so cool! You seem to be treading water, Marshal. If I did not know better, I should think you cared not for our company's good name. Spare me, Admiral. I hold my duty to the Maelstrom above all else, as you well know. Nevertheless, I will not deny this uniform that prevents me from doing my work. But since all here at present are privy to the truth, might we not loosen the carl and harken back to the glory days just this once? By your leave, of course. As you like. We'll make for a better spectacle. He's henching! He's Mistbeard! Said I'd never don this on you again, old friend, but many a man would trade for the wisdom of the years or the youthful hubris. Remember to get your poisons, or get your potions. Sorry, they're saying shit really fast. I have drowned 100 men on their own decks ere they took to the sea. Here, have yourself a whiff of this. Aching for the Therek, are you? Let's have us a little treasure hunt for it. Hopefully that should be fun. He's also, switched from the axe to the gun. Ouch. I forgot that did that. Watch your step now. Yeah, tank LB. Hell yeah. What a fun, cool fight. Yeah. Ah, seems like an age since I felt this alive. Well fought. Mayhap you will have the pleasure of facing me one day. God, I fucking hope so. That would be so cool. Alright. I love that fight. There is nothing I love more than going, this old guy who's like crazy powerful and fucked up, he's gonna fight you right now and it's gonna be really tough. Imagine what he was like when he was good. When he was in the prime of his life. Think about that one. And the best part, that's not even the last time that's going to happen in this expansion. Conceptually, that fight and one other fight that's not even in a dungeon are two of my favorite parts in this expansion, just because of like they both have that particular energy to them. I don't need it. I'm already almost there. I'm there. Oops. Whew. After this, I suppose we go back to Foundation, I suppose. Pick up the one quest that's there. Thankfully, we're making good progress on these so far. Well, how was it? Did you give them elites the hiding of their lives, or what? Come on, out with it. Patience, lad. All of Limsa will know the tale ere long. It was a sight to behold, that much I will say. Ruja and her comrades carved their way through beasts and men like a cutter through a swell. Not even a visit from the sirens and the krakens could slow their pace. Eh? Pirates turned up at the drill. What in the seven hells did they want? Why, to do their civic duty, of course. They invited themselves as members of the Black Sails unit. You'd be forgiven for forgetting, but the pirate powers are still bound to the Maelstrom by the Galadion Accord. Of course, they never deigned to take part in our exercises, and we've long since stopped asking. As for why they chose to grace this one, I reckon word got out that the Warrior of Light would be facing our finest, and they fancy to go themselves. I saw no reason to deny them. Ha! Admit it. You wanted to see if them old cutthroats could still hold their own in a fight. Begging your pardon, Chief, but are you... all right? You look a bit sore. Don't tell me you... I deemed it good for the morale. But I did not come here to speak of that. Ruja, the Maelstrom is grateful for your participation. May we count you a friend till sea swallows all. A good day to you both.
I'd have stowed away on the ferry if I knew the chief would be fighting. Seeing you in action must have awoken the spirit of the Golden Age in him. Though I doubt he's as spry as he was back then. Hope you didn't give him too bad of a beating. Legends like Mistbeard never get old, but the chief, well, he's just a man. But let's keep this little chat between ourselves, eh? Good to see you again, Ruja. Thanks for helping out the chief. The other thing that I like, because I forgot that he switches to the gun when he turns into Mistbeard. Considering how crazy strong and fucked up he was with the axe, the fact that he switches to the gun is also just like, oh god, what am I getting into? Just goes to show you can't take the buck out of the buccaneer, even if he's a disciplined old salt like the chief. Even so, his loyalty to the Maelstrom is second to none. Alright, back to Foundation. Alright, we want to go to the Athenium Astrologium. So we've got a quest down south. Hello, Neutral Champ. Do it for Gilly. Neutral Champ has a message to you from an old friend. Ah, Ruja, I was looking for you, or rather your friend Wedge was. Left a most puzzling message he did, with instructions to convey it to you verbatim. He requests for your presence at the Aetherochemical Research Facility in Azizla for a project of the utmost secrecy. Sounds like nonsense to my ears, but he assured me you would grasp his intent. Well, that is the message, and now I've delivered it. Ruja, was it? We've got an airship standing by which can ferry you to Azizla. It's funny that he says, like, Azizla in quotation marks, as if he doesn't know what Azizla is, considering he's the guy who takes you there. What do I know? Anyway, here we are again. Back in Asla. Oh, there you are, Ruja. I've been waiting for you, and so is an old friend of ours. You remember Gilly, don't you? I was feeling awfully lonely without her, so I snuck back out the back door when the chief wasn't looking. But look at her now, systems down, no power to utter even a single blip. Doesn't it just break your heart, Ruja? Left alone in this wasteland for thousands of years, just waiting for someone to help. And as soon as she's done her duty, clunk, tossed to the side like a rusty old suit of armor. Well, I won't stand for it. We won't stand for it. I'm going to bring Gilly back to life, and you're going to help me. At first, I had a mind to fix her up myself, but I fear she's proven beyond my ability to repair. That's when I hit upon it. We found a new body for Gilly. We could transfer her personality and memories right into it. It'd be like she'd never left. I know what you're thinking, and just where are you going to find a new body, Wedge? I've got 3 words for you. The Fractal Continuum. It's an old warship that was converted into a museum of elegant technology. If there's any place we can find a new body for Gilly, it'll be there. And it's just a short trip away by matter conduit, VVE, to boot. You'll go, won't you, for Gilly's sake? If there's any place we can find a new body for Gilly, it's the Fractal Continuum. And, okay, that's the same line. Okay. How did you get up? Well, actually, you know what? I probably know how you get up here. You were able to fly in your sky cutter, whatever the fuck it's called. Transport is available from this location to the Fractal Continuum, the greatest storehouse of technological marvels in all of the Lag. The Fractal Continuum is temporarily closed for tourists. Access is limited to those with level 3 security clearance or higher. Unauthorized visitors will be removed via the Continuum's anti-intruder defense system. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy your visit. Alright, Fractal Continuum. Wedge is a man with a dream that Gilly, the kindly guidance node who escorted you through the etheric wastes of Azizla, might be restored to life, to blip to him once more. To that end, he'll need you to fetch her a new nacelle from the Fractal Continuum, a museum of elegant technological creations that will open its doors to welcome its first visitor in some 5 millennia. Also, I just have to point out, that's the Fractal Continuum over there. Have you ever seen a collection of more fucked up, evil-looking buildings in your life? Like, this is awful. This dungeon's cool. But the hard version that we get in the next expansion is even better. This is like the 3rd dungeon in a row we've had a gunbreaker tank. Is there something I don't know? History gallery. Oh yeah, you know, that's true. You do unlock Gunbreaker at 16, of course. That makes sense. I'll read that when I come back through. It really has been a long time since I've been through this dungeon. Let's see. What dungeons do we have left after this? There's 3 dungeons? No, 4 dungeons left after this. We're halfway done. This is the 4th of 8. I don't remember how many dungeons there are in the post-Realm Reborn stuff. Is it a Phantom Ray? Sick. Rapid Sever. I love this specific model of guy. It's great. Double Sever. Double Sever. Double Sever.
Rapid Sever. Rapid Sever again. Double Sever. What a fucked up head this guy has. What's the last boss of this dungeon? I recall there are two things that I recall being the last boss of the Fractal Continuum. One of them is the hard version, the other one is the normal version. I do also remember one other boss from the Fractal Continuum that... No, two other, actually. So we'll see which one it is the second one. Don't tell me in chat what it is. Shit, hang on. I have a funny idea. Trying to both fucking look up a YouTube video and also heal at the same time. There we go. Gotta get the museum heist mood on.
3, 2, 1, go!
Doesn't get copyright. I can't imagine that it would be. Nobody remembers this game exists. Except for me and Kent. Oh, right. Over here. Okay, now do it again. Oh, that's a ram's voice. Never mind, it was interrupted. Good job, Tank. Dragon's voice. Wait, I didn't actually loop that. Okay, there we go. That's better. How silly of me.
Go!
Okay, yeah. That means the other boss that I'm thinking of is a Fractal Hard. Which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, totally makes sense. Minotaur. You better bet your fucking ass that there's a goddamn something tons swipe on this, by the way. didn't add hit markers for this one. You just gotta fucking do it. Die.
3, 2, 1, go.
Ow. That groan was really disorienting, I gotta say. Ugh. I do really like this boss. It's fun. It's a fun play on the coin counter in why am I having such a hard time remembering the name of that fucking dungeon? Ormvale, that's the one. You fools! You got hit by it. Did fucking Hulk stand H. Oh god, I'm leveled up again. I continue to improve. Never mind, a third person that remembers what Rhythm Thief is has been not entered, but is now in the chat. Or is has said so that they remember it in the chat. That's, yeah, there we go. Supposed to send earlier? Oh, okay. Weird. Our fucking Reaper appears to be lost. I believe I know the boss of this one. I think it's the Bit Mother or something like that. Which means I think it's the big slab. Return the slab. Or suffer my curse. Oh, he just disconnected. Okay. That makes much more sense, actually.
3, 2, 1, go.
I probably could have figured that out by looking in chat, but, I didn't. The lion does not look in chat. Here's the thing. I like this song, but it is not good. Like, that's my favorite part about it, is that, like, despite the fact that, like, it's got a good beat to it, the fact that it just, like, keeps stopping and starting really sucks. And that's so funny to me. When are they gonna make Rhythm Thief versus Professor Layton? That would be awesome. Timing. Well, yeah, I know it's timing for the infiltration section, but that just makes it like, but it just makes it weird, you know? Like, fucking, what am I thinking of? Rhythm Heaven songs don't have stops like this in them, you know? Crimson Control.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hope it's actually the slap, otherwise I'm gonna be pretty stupid. Fuck! Just for that, I'm turning the infiltration music off. I don't deserve to listen to it. Sag. This was the other boss that I remembered. I just couldn't remember which one was in which one. Warning, unauthorized personnel detected. Initiating emergency reality augmentation protocol. Clockwork alarm. You know what I think my favorite thing about this, like... Oh, I have a bomb on me. I'm gonna just run over here and get that shit off real quick. There we go. I like that this boss is actually using the rigging of, like Centaur-style enemies. You can kind of tell that, like, it looks like it's supposed to be attacking with an arm, I think? Maybe? I don't know. I might be making that up. I'm actually not sure anymore. I'm fairly certain that this is the, like, same model that's used with, like, the Centaur enemies in Great Hoover, for example. Or not, not in Great Google, actually, in a different dungeon that is sharply unrelated. Repository node, system failure imminent. Disabling reality augmentation protocol. Yippee! Pass and pass. Good job, Mr. Tank. And now, because I remember that I have to do this, I'm gonna go back through and read shit. Oh, oops. That's not right. Shit. I thought that was the way that... Ah, son of a bitch. You know what? Fine. And here I thought I had actually fucking done it right this time. Ah, okay. Alright, I will now read the guide and information panels off of the internet, because that's where they are.
Exhibit 1, Technology in Daily Life. This exhibit showcases various scientific advances that allow Allagans to live lives of heretofore unheard of ease and efficiency. Exhibit 2, Technology in War. See the myriad marvels of the Allagan military technology that have replaced flesh and blood soldiers, ensuring that no Allagan citizen need ever lay down their life in battle. Exhibit 3, The Phantom Ray. Feast your eyes on this massive yet elegant automaton, designed to monitor, and if necessary, dispatch potentially violent chimerical constructs. Exhibit 4, The Mirror Knight, a second-generation construct boasting the strength of a bear and the acute vision of an owl. As with many early efforts with synthesis, lack of intelligence and proclivity for violence limited its practical use. Exhibit 7, The Shabti, a fourth-generation construct, one of the first to effectively employ cloning technology. With high intelligence and regenerative capacity, its development was hailed as a major breakthrough. Exhibit 8, The Naga. Among our first successful efforts in synthesizing a void scent, void research remains an emerging field, with future developments holding great promise. Foreshadowing is a narrative device. Exhibit 9, The Ixalion, a highly intelligent construct employed by Allagan engineers to perform maintenance tasks. Notable flaws include a weakness against the elements and certain genetic instabilities. And there you go.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. Just double checking to make sure that... Yeah, okay, cool. I was a little worried that for some reason the site that I was looking at was giving me the wrong lore things, because two of the things that it mentions in the trivia page are things from the fucking hard version of the dungeon, and I was just making sure that I wasn't looking at the wrong thing.
You're back! Oh, Rusha, do tell me you've brought me a new nacelle?
Yes, a node nacelle, a newly constructed exosphere designed to contain an Allagan system node.
Why, that's a functioning nacelle if I've ever saw one. This'll do the trick, I'm sure of it.
And I just kind of clonk it against here, like this.
Auto-detecting newly installed nacelle. Nacelle detected. Reinitializing system settings.
Initialization complete.
Welcome to Az's Law, Master Wedge and Mistress Ruja. Gilly, could it truly be you? The very same, Master Wedge, and running at optimal efficiency thanks to my first full-body overhaul in approximately 5 millennia. You really are too kind. Aw, now that's my sweet little girl. Why, after all you did for us, it was the least we could do. I've got a favor to ask of you, Ruja. This might sound silly, but I want you to take Gilly with you on your adventures. I want her to see that there's more to our world than this etheric waste she's called home for thousands of years. Yes, I'd say our little girl's done enough guidance. From this day forwards, she's an accompaniment node, and with you, she's going to go where no node has gone before.
Great, thanks, man. How are you going to get home, by the way? Because he's walking into the Aetherochemical Research Facility right now. And there's not really a way out. Anyway, accompaniment node. Marvel at the advanced accompaniment technology of the Allagan Empire. Nope, that's not it. Minions. Accompaniment node. Constructed by Ironworks Handyman Wedge, solely of parts retrieved from a deactivated Az's Law guidance node, this refurbished machina retains none of the guidance capabilities present in the original. To proceed, please agree to the terms and conditions of use. Yup. Okay. I think we're off to... Why are we going to Zenith? We don't need to go to Zenith. No, we gotta go to, we gotta go to Oxzundu. You silly goose. And then after this, everything else is in Idleshire. Reap what you sow. Sanu Vanu would seek your aid in assisting the authority of the Zundu chieftain. The great Netherling warrior who chased the clouds from our land returns, like a gentle zephyr wind. Sanu has plea and hopes Netherling lends an ear. Zundu take shelter from the Vundu storm by virtue of peace offerings and respect commanded by Zundu chief. Now, though, the rains threaten to fall again. The symbol of chief's power is the great mask he wears. A mask that grows old and worn. A chief who wears shabby mask is a chief who commands as much respect as a summer day's drizzle. Tribal mask is made from the scale of the Wokion. The Wokion. The Wokion. Up yours, Wokion moralists. A giant Sanua who nests on Neverreap, where the Vanu Vanu are forbidden to go. The wicked Vundu seek to hoard power and influence for themselves. They seize control of Neverreap and forbid poor Zundu from entry. But they cannot keep out the great Netherling who tamed the White. Go to Neverreap, Netherling, and snatch the scale of the Woken from the Vundu's evil clutches. Tonu Vanu will be your guide. He awaits you outside the village. Pray go swiftly, Netherling, and chase away the coming storm. Go to Neverreap, Netherling, and snatch the scale. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, sure. Look at me. I just look so sweet. How far away is it? Oh yeah, shit zillion miles away. I'm gonna go fill my water bottle up in the meantime. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Tonu Vanu waits for Netherling warrior, and Netherling warrior comes. Netherling braves Neverreap to retrieve the Woken scale for Zundu. Tonu's heart flutters in the gentle winds of Netherling's kindness. Neverreap is sacred land to the Vanu Vanu, but Vundu come with their wicked ways and transform Neverreap to a tempest of terrors. Watch your tail feathers, Netherling. Neverreap. Sonu Vanu, chief of the Zundu, faces a tempestuous predicament. Already facing an upwind battle to shelter his people from the warlike Vundu, his mask, the traditional symbol of power in Vanu Vanu society, has grown old and worn. Should it crack, and his authority with it, the peaceful tribe would be powerless to stave off the coming storm. Venture into Neverreap, the sacred isle of the Vanu Vanu that has been overrun by the Vundu and the vicious beasts in their thrall, and emerge with the scale of a mighty Woken moralist, that the sun might shine upon the Zundu once more. Depending upon... Well, actually, I think... for sure, after this dungeon, I am probably going to ask you, Otaku, if you would mind hopping onto Dante and unsyncing us through the other dungeons, just because, just given how many we have left to do, I want to make sure I get dinner tonight. Especially because, I mean, every other dungeon has been an instant, and this one we're actually waiting. Excuse my yawn. I'm eepy. Why don't I use this opportunity to read some of the Sea of Clouds vistas? Let's see. Son of a bitch. Fine, be that way, game. Fuck you. I should have said I was going to do that earlier, so it would have popped earlier. Nah, well, it's fine. We got there. Hi, Mimi. How are you, young lady? Hello, Tonu. I welcome you to Neverreap, brave Netherling. Take Thunder Eggs in hand. Place Thunder Eggs on Altar of the Clouds, and winds will swirl and carry you deeper into Neverreap. But be warned, for their great danger. Whee! Sleepy. Hopefully I will be able to get some good rest tonight, considering that I always fuck up my sleep schedule over the weekend. Sometimes that doesn't affect me at all, and sometimes it affects me greatly. So we will see which of it is. Oh, that reminds me. That's right, I gotta read the Thunder Eggs, because we have a limited number of these. These oval rocks are believed to be the seeds from which the floating islets of the Sea of Clouds and the churning mists are born. Yeah, me personally, I just wouldn't have run through that to read it. I gotta be honest with you, Chief. I'm just gonna go over here. You won't catch me getting knocked up like that. These big pulls, these are giving me some fucking better healing experience, that's for sure. Cool. Here we have Nunyanuk. Man, speaking of dungeons that I haven't done in forever, I think I've done Neverreap a total of like once, like genuinely. Bound. Nope, that's a shadow. shadows dissipate, and the true Nunyanak returns. I definitely forgot if, like, the shadow was the target you were actually supposed to go for, or if you were supposed to find the real one. Because it definitely feels like in, like, modern 14 dungeons, for example, the shadow would be like a red herring that you would be meant to avoid. You know? At least that's how I imagine it. Nice. Also, Neverreap and Fractal Continuum were the two dungeons that were available for players to do immediately after Heavensward's release. They were the two, like, expert dungeons, you might call them. You know, if you had to come up with a word.
You're a big guy.
I wish he was more willing to, like, sit on my lap, you know? But sadly, it's only in very particular circumstances. Stretching my legs out. Like, she doesn't like just sitting on my lap normally. She's like, no, it has to be like, I want a long platform to sit on. And even then, you know, it's tough actually coaxing. Let me tell you, when I can get her to do it for a long period of time, and I don't accidentally make her get up, that shit's great. A Netherlink dares defile our sacred isle. You will suffer the storm of Kanuvanu's divine justice.
Too right, you pick mine.
Hey, thanks for the sub, Tom.
Wow, big number.
True. Yes, the totems stir to life they do at Kanuvanu's command. Come, my totems, crush the Netherling like vile insect it is. Oh, you guys didn't grab the other one, I see. This is practice for how Alexander's gonna go. just barely got that one out.
Clouds come and the skies darken. No, this cannot be. Oh yeah, that's right. That's another thing I need to do. Divine wasps. Those are very clearly not wasps. I will have you there. You know what? I just feel like putting this on in the background instead. There's not a whole lot of I always kind of go back and forth about, like, really putting a heavy focus on the sound in these streams, because unless there's voice acting going on, you know, there's not always a whole lot of reason to keep the sound effects and stuff on. Like, the music is one thing, you know, if it's good, which the music in this dungeon is, and, I mean, even the music in, like even the Heavensward boss music. Like, Heavensward has some really good final dungeon boss music, but it's only in certain dungeons. And this dungeon is not one of those, so, I don't know. Let's just listen to more Robot from Super Paper Mario, a really good game that everybody should play. And the only good Paper Mario game that isn't the first two. Or the only good, rather, let me say that again. The only good Paper Mario game that doesn't use the combat system of the first two. There we go. Damn, that was kind of well timed, actually. There it is, the woken moralist. Whee! It's getting stacks of tailwind, which is increasing its evasion. Powerful winds swirl about the Woken. Whoop! Is that what Tailwind does? I thought it was just party-wide speed increase. I don't know what Pokemon is. It's not real. Ah! Oh. He immediately fucking went for me. Fuck you, dude. Not cool.
There we go. Okay, now we will pause the music, because we have to do talking. Well done, gamers. Hooah. Duckling! I didn't get it. This game sucks. Oh, sure, I got the orchestra roll. Fucking piece of shit. Hey, buddy. Netherling chases away the Vundu storm, claims Wokon moralist scale for the Zundu. The Zundu were right to place their trust in you. Oh, you got it? Okay. Thank you. What did I play on Transformers Devastation's birthday? Transformers Devastation, obviously. Same thing I do every year. Ugly Duckling. Will he turn into a graceful swan? Inquiring minds want to know. Ugly Duckling. After suffering countless barbs from its bullying brothers, this tiny cloudkin has had enough and left its home on Neverreap to find someplace he'd be called beautiful too. God, so true. Netherling wears triumphant look of one who weathers the storm. You return from Neverreap with the Wokon Moralist Scale. Yes, this Sanu knows. Wokon Moralist Scale, the rotund scale of a giant breed of Sanyua known as Wokon Moralists. The Vanu Vanu have found their oval shape suited for the creation of tribal masks. Netherling bears the scale, and it is a mighty one indeed. Fashion a mask from this, and Zundu Chief will command the authority of a furious storm of lightning. But that is not all Netherling accomplishes, no. Netherling chases the cruel Vundu from Neverreap, returns halcyon winds to our sacred land. We Zundu are not like our cruel Vundu brothers. Gentle like a spring breeze, we welcome Netherlings with open wings. Sanu's heart is warmed by the gentle sunlight of your friendship. Promise us that you will remain a friend to the Zundu for the many seasons to come. Cool. Okay, back. Oh, excuse me, to Idleshire. While we wait for Otaku to hop on to Dante. Alright, let's see. So, we got... oh yeah, we've also got this to do as well. So we'll probably do that once we're done with all of the dungeons, just because, yeah. So we've got... I think it's this one. Nope, it's not that one. That's for Nico. I think, you know what, I think, actually, Midnight Dew might have both of the ones that I'm thinking of. Let me goob all that for you. Midnight Dew reckons you're the right woman for the job. Now, here's the adventure I was looking for. I've got a job that needs doing, and something tells me you'd be just the one to do it. Now, stop me if I've got this wrong, but a little bird told me you'd been in and out of the Great Kubel Library, and that a walking, talking broom, of all things, showed you the way in. Well, I suppose the latter bit's neither here nor there. Long story short, a certain personage is something they want from that library. A hefty leather-bound tome, to be exact. And they've tasked me with finding the right woman to retrieve it. There's just one rub. Seems some heedless interloper, mind you, I'm not looking to point fingers here, left the door to the Forbidden Vaults wide open, allowing what seemed like every void sent and ensorcelled abomination in the Encyclopedia Eorzea, I own that one, all three of them, in fact, to saunter right in. A right mess, I'm sure you agree. Fortunately, the strapping lass in front of me knows the place like the back of her hand. I just need you to make like your broom friend, sweep out the nasties, and retrieve the tome for my client. Simple enough, right? I'll meet you there. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Let's see. Well, time to fly out to Great Google because life is pain. Oops, that's not what I wanted. This one. Okay, there it is, thank God. I was about to say, I was a little worried that I didn't know where the other one was, but we're good. And while we wait, I might as well also show you guys these two demons that one of them is a demon. These two minions that I got. Bees and Chezik's characters recently got married for tax reasons. And they invited Ruja to the wedding. So I got to go, and as a result, I got these two minions. So I'll read those as soon as I get the chance to when I land. Excuse me. Alrighty then. Hello, Midnight Dew. Ah, there you are. Good to see a woman who doesn't shy away from a challenge. You'll see a sturdy-looking door just ahead of you and to your left. That'd be the entrance to the Forbidden Vault. This is as far as I can take you. It's in me contract, see? Anyhow, my client and I are both counting on you to retrieve that tome. Watch your back in there, and try to keep it down. It is a library, after all. Great googly moogly hard. Ironically, in my experience, easier than the normal version. You'll find the entrance. That's the same fucking line. Okay, let's read Demon Box. There is no better way to tell a special someone, thank you for attending my ceremony of eternal bonding, than by giving them a sentient box that may or may not devour their pets. Demon Box. Lacking the spells required to animate a gift in the same manner which with the ancients animated bricks, the crafter of this quaint creation simply cut a pair of holes into a wooden box and slipped it onto a Spriggan. Problem solved. That Mikote lass said someone would be bringing me a gift, what I couldn't refuse, says Drogo. Also, I don't think I looked at the Ugly Ducklings, little quote thing here. Hiss at me he did, fierce as a goose he was, Jezul Atulan. And the Bride's Moogle. What is a blushing bride without a dutiful bridesmoogle to scatter petals in her general vicinity? Moogles, serving the Sanctum of the 12, claim the magic poppets, provided with the purchase of a lavish ceremony of eternal bonding, are guaranteed to bring happiness. Conveniently offer no refunds if you do not hap upon such happiness. What have you done with my bride, says Vans. Alright. And now I invite my friend Dante. Alright. Unrestricted party. Great Google hard. Alright. Great Google hard. Your reputation clearly precedes you, as a mysterious client would call upon you, and you alone, for the formidable task of retrieving a particularly rare volume from the deepest, most forbidding halls of this long-abandoned storehouse of Sharlayan wisdom. Though the mind boggles to imagine what eldritch horrors and sorcerous abominations now wander its halls, one thing is certain, they are not like to take kindly to the presence of a warm-blooded would-be book burglar. Okay. Otaku appears to be standing still, so I think that means they're good to go. I'm gonna put us in. Blast. There it is. The hardest of great Goobles. And you better fucking bet your ass that there's books to read in here. Oh, that's a good sign. All right, off we go then. We have visitors. I think they want to play.
Quickly, quickly now. I'm over here. I actually really like the music in this one. We'll turn that on. Not there, here. I tire of waiting, but you can't catch me. I actually probably am going to stop and read these things just because I can. We're not rushed here. The Boy and the Dragon Gang. Once upon a time, there lived a free-spirited boy who loved to play in the forest with his pet chocobo. I'm going to actually turn this down just a little bit. But the forests were fraught with peril, and one day a band of brigands ambushed the boy, spiriting him away to the harsh mountains of the north. Yet there be dragons there, and as they rode up the mountain path, one of the majestic beasts came swooping down from the heavens. The boy's chocobo reared in fright, sending the boy tumbling down the mountainside to his nigh certain demise. And yet the gods saw fit to spare his life, if only meagerly so. As he lay there battered and broken, all manner of foul beasts drew near, threatening to rip him limb from limb. Just as the boy was making his peace with the 12, another dragon appeared. A smaller creature, yes, but even a small dragon is a fearsome opponent indeed. It was then that the strangest thing happened. With a mighty roar, the dragon upturned upon the circling beasts and spit forth a burst of flames that reduced them to so much ash, saving the poor boy's life. With what half seemed a smile, the dragon approached the wounded child and gently raised him to sit upon his back, and the two flew off to gods know where. Turn that music back up a bit, because it's just really good. Love a good piano track. Too slow! Oh, this will be so much fun! Flee, flee! And here we have the High Baba Babool. My friends, see that our lovelies have a good time. We'll tear you to shreds. Ha hee ha ha ha! It's time to play! Die, fucker. Of loves unrequited. Oh, but why must the gods curse me so? By what cruel trick of fate was I given this oversized, ungainly body, and sent into this world where you abide, my princess, my goddess, my everything? Your delicate hands, your shapely heads, your dark eyes in which I would lose myself and never return. Yes, every aspect of your being strikes me to the depths of the heart I knew not I had until the day you first appeared before me. And yet I am a Rogadin. Could one of your kind ever love a lumbering brute such as me? Good sense tells me that the answer is no, but my heart, nay, my very soul, will not accept it. For bereft of your company, I feel I will wither away into a wretched husk of what was once a man. Oh, have mercy on this poor soul, my goddess. Pray, grace me with your presence when next your travels call you to Limsa. My beloved Brayflocks, just say the word and I am yours forever. Aww. Hope that guy falls in love. Hey, it's another book demon. We fought this guy before. This guy won't be shit. What the hell? I love that. That's such a good fake out. I'm actually probably not going to grab any more gear just because my inventory is starting to get full of bullshit. Ooh, spooky. Oh god, there's ink everywhere. Oh no! Thank God. Over the Horizon Redux. It is widely known that the Mamul-Ja... Oh god. Son of a bitch. Sorry. I don't know why I did that. It is widely known that the Mamul-Ja boast one of the most impressive indigenous societies to be found in the New World. It would be a mistake, however, to view the Mamul-Ja as a single uniform people. A careful analysis of documents brought back by explorers reveals that the Mamul-Ja are more accurately described as a federation or alliance of numerously distinctly related tribes, each with distinguishing physical characteristics. The brown-scaled Hubiga with their distinctive long combs, the large-eyed blue-scaled Buniwa, or the mottled Dopro. It is further said that although Mamul-Ja rarely marry outside their own tribes, such unions do occur on the occasion of certain religious observances, and are known to produce two-headed offspring that are hailed as the Blessed Siblings, and groomed to be warlords from a young age. Indeed, the Autarch, ruler of all Mamul-Ja kind, is known to be one of them.
I was curious to know if any of that, like, specific stuff was, like, slightly outdated now that we've actually seen the person who that's talking about, but honestly, fine. Ooh, on the culinary application of Koblenz. From mutton to morel, oyster to oberon, eel to eft, Eorzea does not want for delicious and delightful ingredients to stimulate the senses of any culinarian. And yet how is it that we came to know the flesh of these creatures would pleasure our palate so? The answer is, self-evident. For every familiar ingredient, someone at some point in our history first took it upon him or herself to eat it. And yet this answer raises another question. What wondrous flavors and textures remain undiscovered, just waiting for a brave soul to discover them? And so it was that I took it upon myself to investigate the culinary suitability of Koblen flesh. Why Koblenz, you ask? To which I say, good reader, why not Koblenz? The above passage was composed by my elder brother. Sadly, they were not the last words he ever wrote, for as soon as he discovered Koblen feelers are poisonous. Armed with this knowledge, and vowing that his sacrifice would not go to waste, I resolved to carry on his life's work. Oh my god, forbidden tomes. Oh my god, Liquid Flame. This is such a cool original boss. Alright, off he goes. The funny thing is that boss actually means a lot more if you've done Alexander already, which we haven't, so who cares? Ooh, Proceedings of the Council of Magi. This is probably, I think, one of my favorite of these books, because it's very interesting. Proceedings of the 284th Convocation of the Amdapori Council of Magi. A vote was called to settle on a name for a potent and newly fashioned healing spell. Being that said healing spell was an augmentation of Curaga, erst the most potent healing spell, following the names were proposed by the council. Curago, Curaza, Curaja, Curagura. Finding the aforewritten names duly lacking in gravity and the existing hierarchy of spell names needlessly obtruse, the council did vote by a margin of 17-3 to do away with existing naming conventions entirely and adopt a new system of numerical spell names as writ below to be used henceforth. Cure 1, Cure 2, Cure 3, Cure 4. It is recorded. And that is just a very fun explanation for why, like, spells in 14 have numbers rather than fire, Fyra, Fyraga, so on and so forth. Afraid we can't let you pass, Ribbit. Mechano Servitor, Mechano Scribe. I don't need none of this shit. Or why they were named that way in pre-FF7 US games. Yeah. Okay, there's a specific, like, a panda! You still live? Not for very long. Goodbye, dickhead. The Boy and the Dragon Gay, a literary analysis. Many scholars believe that the popular children's tale of The Boy and the Dragon Gay is, in fact, an adaptation of an older Ishgardian myth, one telling of which is transcribed below for the reader's reference. In a bleak village on the outskirts of Corthus, there lived a shepherd boy, poor but kind of heart. One day a band of ruffians came and spirited the boy away, seeking him to deliver to a slave trader in hopes of earning some coin. No sooner had they left the village than when they were set upon by a great dragon. Down from the heavens it swooped, tearing them into the blackguards limb from limb, and charring their carcasses with hell's fire. But it was by no mere chance that the great worm had found them, no. The boy had befriended the great worm some time ago, and it had sensed the danger to its dear friend. Alas, in the chaos, the boy had tumbled from the mountains and lay half dying at the base of the cliff. Seeing its dear friend there, lying there, battered and beaten, the dragon gave unto the child of its blood. So it was that the boy took to the skies as the worm's minion, flying off to only the gods know where. Entirely possible, given that, as we know, basically every Ishgardian can trace their direct lineage directly back to the original Knights 12 of Thornton's, and anytime they would drink dragon blood in any kind, they would turn into a dragon. Chair. Oh, here it is. Here's the fucking theme. Hang on, I'm cranking this shit up. We're not going to hear it for very long, but still. You are unwelcome here. This you know, yet your thirst for knowledge brings you here nonetheless. I would be happy to oblige. Okay, goodbye, buddy. God, what a good song. That is a song called Revenge Twofold. And I would say it's one of the more iconic songs to come out of Heavensward, because it's one of the only ones that I actually have, like, saved in my personal playlists to listen to. That tome is not fucking leather-bound, let me just tell you. Is this the one? I think this is it. Yes, this is the one. I want this. Give me this. Fuck! This game sucks. Not even gonna pick up that book, I'm so mad. Alright. I'm teleporting back to Idleshire. Dang it. Alright. 3 more dungeons to go, and we are creeping ever closer to the 3-hour mark. Okay. Well, look who's back, and looking none the worse for wear, I might add. Well, what'd you find in there? Leather-bound tome. A quick glance at the pages of this hefty volume reveals what appears to be the titles of manifold books and manuscripts, each accompanied by an arcane string of symbols and numerals. Excuse me. And there it is! Or at least I think it is. To tell you the truth, these old dusty tomes are all the same to me. Still, certainly looks impressive, which I reckon should count for something. Anyhow, I'd best go get the one person who could tell us one way or another. Don't go wandering off. I'll be right back. Yay! It's Yayake! Ah, Vruja, when Midnight Dew informed me that an adventurer of impressive talents had managed to secure the tome for us, I surmised at once that it must be you. After all, such a task would surely prove beyond the abilities of any ordinary woman. But for our very own avatar of devastation, that is another story. Transformers devastation. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. Pray, let me see this volume you have retrieved, that I might confirm that it is the selfsame tome that we have so long sought. Of Fiends and Fairies, 1001 Immolation Incantations, Out of the Void, a catalogue of extra-dimensional visitors and preferred methods for their extermination. Gods be good! It's finally ours! The Great Kubel Library Index! Index? You mean to tell me this book you've been searching so hard for is just some oversized list of other books? Just a list of books?
Why, this is a comprehensive catalogue of each and every tome and epistle housed within the single greatest repository of knowledge this realm has ever known. The Sharlayans built this bastion of erudition and scholarly inquiry that Eorzea might benefit from from wisdom compiled through the ages, only to see its treasure gathered dust, their pages seen by none but the monstrosities that now haunt its halls. We would see the library restored to its former glory, and ascertaining the full breadth and scope of its contents is a modest but necessary first step. If the library were rebuilt, we'd see aspiring scholars flock in from all corners of Eorzea, which would go a long way to build Nadelshire up into a real town. Whatever me and mine can do to lend a helping hand, just you say the word. That is most heartening indeed. Doubtless the reconstruction process will entail no small amount of menial labor in addition to the more intellectual duties that will be seen to by my colleagues and me. Why, to think of the ever-surpassing heights of sheer destructive power that we might one day achieve has my hand simply shaking in anticipation. The road ahead will be long, but thanks to you we shall take our first steps down it. Pray, take this as a token of my gratitude. Yay! I like Yayake. I like her. I love this. This is one of my favorite Lalafell hairstyles, I gotta say. Something about the little tuft of hair at the top is just so good. Yeah. Okay, give me the book. Give it to me. Thanks. Sorry to rob you of it, but I really wanted it. Okay. We're gonna go out to do, St. Mosane's next. Because this area is probably where we're gonna end stream, because I want to see if I can do Storm Sea and Sky unlock as well. Hello. An overgrown ambition. The tetchy treasure hunter has the look of a woman who's seen rather too many mortals. What? There's one behind me, isn't there? No? Oh, thank the gods I've done enough running for one day. Oh, those goddamn beasts came out of nowhere. It's a wonder we made it out alive. We can't just leave the treasure there. You look like the sort that's used to risking life and limb. It might be as you can help us clear a way through those seedkin and that damn near made a meal of us. We'd see that it's worth your while, of course. If you're interested, let my friend Sawney know. He should be somewhere near the entrance to St. Mosian's Arbitorium. Well, I reckon it's safe to go back to Idleshire and look for a few more hands. Need as much help as we can get. I hope to see you at the Arbitorium. Arboretum. Words are hard, man. Hello. You here to help with the seedkin infest in the Arboretum? Thank the gods, we've not the numbers to venture in there ourselves. They used to research plant life from every corner of the realm here, you know. Of course, with no one to look after it, it's all gotten a bit, overgrown. Usually places like this are more trouble than they're worth, but the parchments we found are anything to go by. There's something in those ruins that could benefit everyone in Idleshire for generations to come. A proper priceless treasure. And it goes without saying that a site as old as this is sure to be stuffed with all sorts of precious relics, which you'd be welcome to keep if you can help beat a path for us. We'll follow behind you once it's safe and see if we can't find what we're looking for. No Somal tonight? No, we're ending with Somal. St. Mosian's Arboretum. St. Mosian's Arboretum once housed the greatest collection of flora and fauna the realm had ever known. Alas, in the wake of the Exodus, it was left to the elements, and the wildlife within now roam its halls unchecked and untamed. A band of treasure hunters hopes to brave this leafy labyrinth in search of a cache more valuable than gold that could ensure Idleshire's prosperity for years to come. But will their search of this savage garden yield fortune, or end in failure? Let's go. Alright, let's go.
God, I really wish I was high enough level to actually, like, really contribute to being able to kill these things, but I'm just not, unfortunately. Yeah, I love these guys. They're so stupid looking. I don't care as much about the music in here. It's still nice, but it's no Great Google Hard, you know. All right. Jeez, excuse me. I apologize for all the yawning. I love the vistas in this this dungeon. They're so gorgeous. Also, this is a, like, visual aesthetic that really doesn't get used again in this game, unfortunately. Big old beehive. That's also one of the weird things about this game. Of all the things that there does not exist of, like a pet of, or a minion rather, there's no bee pet. That's just so weird to me, you know? And now we fight Queen Hawk. What? Did you notice a lot of bees? Yeah, I suppose, but I mean, like, I was talking more like dungeons specifically. Bonk. No, Taku wasn't making a joke. That's the name of a character. I love that we land with no fanfare, despite the distance we fall. One thing that I would say is a downside of living with a cat again is the fact that, like, now whenever I see, like, my shadow move out of the corner of my eye, or, like, somebody else's shadow move in, like, kind of a confined space, I always think to myself, kitty? And I go and look, and there's never a kitty there. And it's really sad. It happens to me at work, too, in places where I'm like, obviously Kitty is not here, because Kitty is at home. There's no cat that lives in the custodial closets. And even if I think there should be, I don't think there should be, because the custodial closets are really, like, cramped. There's not a lot of space in them, and they're filled with chemicals that might be harmful to Kitty. Well, you can do one better than that. If you look in your widgets menu, there should be a button that says booing on it. You can do that. flower woman. And she will probably be dead by the time I come out of the cutscene. Oh, never mind, okay. Soon, though. There you go, see? That's something that I don't feel like people take as much advantage of as they should. Personally. Yippee! Alright, sick. One more. I'm very glad that we decided to make this change. Thank you, again, Otaku, thank you again for doing this and hopping on Dante. Just knew the flowing of the Arboretum's treasures would be enough to get your juices flowing. Thanks to all the pruning he did for us, we were able to have a good look around the ruins. It didn't take us long to find what we were after. Oh, I can't wait to tell Midnight Dew the good news. Speaking of which, would you mind coming with us to Idleshire? Midnight Dew will want to thank you personally, and I dare say even an adventurer like you would be interested in our finds. I added them a while ago, and I don't, and it's, to be fair, I don't bring them up very often, but, you know. I've really only got, like, the 2, I think, right? I've got applause, and I've got booing. No, I've got a laugh track as well. That's in there. Oh no, I've also got, I've almost forgot, I also have Takua. You can make me scream, or you can make the soundboard scream Takua. You're a sight for sore eyes, adventurer. Now I'd love to chat, but Sawney seemed eager to have a word with you about something or other. Mayhap we can speak later. There you go, see? Ah, you've come at last, adventurer. Well, let's give Midnight Dew the good news. Now that's the ending I wanted to hear. Let's hope these seeds live up to their reputation. What fruit do you reckon they'll bear, adventurer? Hmm? Something wrong. You seem surprised. Sonny, you did tell our friend here what you were looking for, didn't you? Now that I come to think of it, that little detail might have slipped my mind. You see, the treasure we were looking for was seeds and sprouts that were cultivated specially by the Charlians. Years of research went into breeding them, apparently, and they produced plants like you wouldn't believe. As of now, Idleshire's main industry is collecting the junk left behind by the Charlians, but they won't last forever, which is why it's important we find a new way to make ends meet before we end up with nothing left to trade. Acquiring those sprouts and seeds was the first step to accomplishing that goal. If we can't find crops that'll flourish in this land's changeable climes, we'll have to new industry if we can find crops that'll flourish in this land's changing climes, we'll have a new industry that should keep Idleshire going for generations to come. Well, these seeds ain't gonna plant themselves, so I'd best be about it. Something tells me growing them will make getting them seem easy. Woohoo! It'll take a few moons, 'tis true, but I look forward to seeing those seeds bear fruit. Make sure to visit us from time to time, adventurer. One day we'll treat you to a feast grown by our own hands. Yeah. Anything else to say about that? I can't say botany's the kind of work we're used to around here, but Sonny's proven himself to be a capable sort. Before long, Idleshire will be producing vegetables that bring in customers from the malms around. Alright, and now on to Som All. Oh, sorry. Nope, it's over here. It's a Gossamer Moggle. Fires of Som All. The Gossamer Moogle appears to be searching for someone. Ah, you're Ruja, aren't you? I found you at last, Kupo. Vidofnir asked me to come find you, and I've been searching high and low and near and far, Kupo. Did you know how difficult it is to look for someone who are trying to stay unseen yourself? Well, never mind about that for now, Kupo. There are more important things to worry about, Kupo. Vidofnir was very insistent that I hurry you back to the Som All Summit as soon as possible. So, on your way, Kupo. Right, well, that's my job done. I'll go on ahead and let Vidofnir know you're coming. See you there, Kupo. Okay, off to Moghome. Poghome. Cloghome. Oh, wow, there she is. Shit, alright. Hey, girl. Nice to see ya.
Well, it's about time. Vidofnir has been waiting for you, and it's hardly a good idea to keep a dragon waiting, Kupo.
Thou hast discharged thy duty admirably, child of Moghome. And greetings to thee, warrior of warriors. Thou dost have my gratitude for thy hasty arrival. I have bid thee hence to Som All to aid in the quieting of these sacred grounds. When Nidhogg did meet his end, his minions quit the slopes of their mountain, and its once tranquil passages have become home to all manner of beastly intruders. And worse, the fires at the core of Som All rage and swell, as if roiled by some unwelcome parasite. The spirits of our fallen will find no rest until this disturbance is calmed. Thus would I have thee descend onto the mountain's depths, and sweep clean Som All's stony halls. Would that I could perform the deed myself. Alas, my girth prevents ready passage through the caves leading unto the mountain's molten heart. Wilt thou accept this challenge I lay upon thee? Yes, I will. Thou art generous of spirit, child of man. Know that I shall not sit idly by whilst thou toilest within. Those winged nuisances whose screeches rend the air above the summit will soon learn of my displeasure.
I sincerely hope Vidofnir never thinks of me as a winged nuisance. Anyway, good luck in there, Ruja.
She saw him on my all till I'm hard. Unlocked. Nope, not you, Eos.
Am I going with you? I think I'd better stay out here in case any of those nasties tries to slip past into Moghome, Kupo.
And some all hard. The fall of Nidhogg brought an end not only to the Dragon Song War, but also to the hierarchy of power that reigned upon Som All. Bereft of its dreaded leader, the Horde scattered to the four winds, leaving the dragon's sacred grounds unattended and unguarded. All manner of beastly intruders now skitter within, irresistibly drawn by the energies of bountiful crystal lodes. And the molten heart at the mountain's core beats with feverish intensity, as if seeking to expel some nesting parasite. Answer Vidofnir's plea. Cleanse the stone halls of their infestations, and return Som All to its former tranquility. Don't mind the fact that we know that Nidhogg is actually not dead. Don't worry about that. Don't think about that too much. This was one of the last dungeons that was introduced in Heavensward, so it takes place, technically speaking, a little bit further down the storyline. But it's available to us now, so we might as well do it. And as you can see, we start at the top of Som All. Like we did with Pharaoh Cirrus, we start at the area we fought the last boss. Classic. This was the area that we fought the 4 dragons that spat stuff at us.
Excuse me.
Lots of steam and such. I'm gonna turn up the music a little bit here, because the music in this dungeon is pretty good. Leighton Ward. This is where we fought that Tyrannosaurus-looking motherfucker. This guy does have a really good, like, really cool, like, AoE, or raid wide. But we're probably not going to see it, but that's okay. I don't really care. Honestly, I just kind of want to get this stuff done. And with that in mind, we actually probably will not do Stone Sky and Sea unlocked today, just because I want to end as soon as we turn this in, because I want to eat food. This was the area where we fought either the Ice Dragon or... Yeah, it would have been the Ice Dragon up here, I think. And over there we can see one of my favorite monster hunter monsters, the Devil Joe, ready to fight us. Turns out, this game had a Monster Hunter collab way earlier than Stormblood. We just didn't know it. Galro.
That's the sound that I make when I yawn because I'm sleepy.
And now we slip into the veins. Or rather, the heart. So this area is supposed to be like morning, the area at the end of the Forelands, where all the dragons go to die. And there's the Blood of the Mountain. That's one of the ads that shows up in the second boss fight of Normal Zone. God, I love magma. It makes such cool noises. Name something that makes a cooler noise than magma. You can't. It just doesn't exist. Reminds me of pasta boiling. Delicious boiling pasta. Plasma? No, pasta. Like spaghetti. Can plasma boil? You have to be a liquid to boil. Oh god! Scorpion! Look, it's dead. Sick. Awesome. At least you got to listen to a little bit of Revenge Twofold there. Blanc. We did it. Oh, you asked me to name something that makes a cooler noise. Oh, okay. I don't know what noise plasma makes. I've never actually seen plasma before. I don't think. Maybe I have, but I just didn't know it. Oh, yeah, now we have to go back up. Hey, take me up. Hello, Vidofnir. Actually, let me talk to the Gossamer Moogle real quick. Oh, you're back. Do I smell brimstone, Kupo? Burp. Ooh, oh jeez.
Thou hast accomplished all I asked of thee, warrior of warriors.
Did not realize there were places other than the wall which dealt in filibuster gear. Yeah, This dungeon was introduced in the same patch that introduced the wall, so they both give the same gear.
Thou hast accomplished all I asked of thee, warrior of warriors. Though through thine exploits the ancient thing that did skitter into the mountain's core hath been excised, and the fires of Sohm all seethe angrily no more. This holy place belongeth not only to the blood of race Velgar, but to all of the dragons who roost within Dravania. It shall not be defiled while I yet draw breath. The Dragon Song War doth take too many from us. Even those misguided kin who yet revel in Nidhogg's vengeance deserve to find peace in the release of death. No matter the choices that set brood brother against brood brother, in the end we are all children of the Father of Dragons. I wish only that the souls of the fallen be spared the turmoil they suffered in life.
Vidofnir cares so deeply for her kin, even those who mock Tracevelger's brood for their decision to stay out of the war. I only wish that I could be so tolerant of my brothers and sisters when they disagree with my brilliant suggestions, Kupo. Such musings aside, I should thank you for helping to preserve the peace around here. We'll be sure to keep a sharper eye out for intruders creeping into Sawmall's caverns from now on. Yeah, I'll bet. Alrighty then. Well, with that, folks... oh, we did get a Lava Scorpion card. Let's toss that up real quick. Just take a look at that. Gold Saucer, card list. Oops. 6, there we go. Lava Scorpion. A creature of living lava, this hulking nightmare lurked in the pool of magma hidden within the heart of Som All. When the dragons were no longer present to keep the scorpion in check, the ancient menace resurfaced and began agitating the mountain's volcanic core with its wild thrashing. Just like Wind Waker. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for my stream for today. Thank you again very much for joining me on our return to 14. Hopefully we will be able to continue to do 14 stuff in the future. The next time you see Ruja, I'm not 100% certain what we will be doing. We'll probably be starting off for sure with the excuse me, the Hallows End, or All Saints Wake event. And if that is the case, we might pick something slightly less story-heavy to do, because that's probably going to take a pretty big chunk of time to go through, and it would be nice if I could ensure that all of the important stuff for like that we have to do, like Alexander and the Alliance raid and stuff like that, just to make sure all of that stuff is compacted into its own thing, because that's going to take a while. That one might be a 4-hour plus stream, so I'll have to buckle down for that. But once again, just going to throw out there, Lego PG probably not happening this week. There's a chance it could happen this week. No, it won't happen this week. Sorry, I forgot about something. Yeah, it guaranteed will not be happening this week, unfortunately. Next week, Wednesday, maybe at the earliest. But we'll see. I will keep people apprised of what's going to happen. But until then, thank you all very much for coming, and I'll see you all next time.